everyone. The great Eddie Van Halen once said, "The hell with the rules. If it sounds right, it is right." Now, I like to twist that somewhat famous guitar quote just a little bit into the following: if it sounds good, then it is good. Basically means the same thing. If what's coming out of your fingers and your amp is pleasing to your ear and sounds good, then damn it, it is good. I remember back in my club playing days in Toronto when I joined my first major club playing band, a band called Walter Ego. After passing the audition, they handed me a tape of about 25 or 30 songs that I had to learn in about 2 weeks. Almost all of which had guitar solos. Now, there's no way to learn 25 or 30 guitar solos note for note in the span of 2 weeks, plus all the rhythm parts as well. So you pick out key recognizable licks and phrases from each, learn those, and approximate the rest as best you can until they sound good. Because like I said, if it sounds good, then it is good. The point of this is that learning a guitar solo note for note can be a daunting task, especially some of the more difficult ones. Believe me, I've done it a lot with various levels of success over the past few years, trying to play my way through the Guitar World Top 100 guitar solo list. Learning and playing guitar solos strictly note for note is getting into trained monkey territory, and I have no problem calling myself a trained monkey at times, because honestly, that's what it feels like sometimes. And at the end of the day, however, other than your own personal satisfaction, no one really cares. They just want to hear something that sounds good and is pleasing to the ear. Because if it sounds good, then it is good. Where have I heard that before? Go watch any number of guitar or solo covers on YouTube wherein the guy or girl changes things up a little bit, puts their own spin on the solo, adds their own licks, etc. And you're sure to find lots of comments on how they love that they made it their own, or how they didn't stick to it note for note, or that they gave the solo a different feel than it had before, so on and so forth. Creativity is a good thing, a very good thing. Being a trained monkey, such as I feel like myself sometimes, not so much. But in my defense, it was kind of the point of the whole play my way through the top 100 greatest guitar solos of all time project. And I did learn a hell of a lot from it, because I not only learned them as I went along, I studied them. And monkeys aren't very good at studying. I also do a fair amount of tutorials on my channel, so I needed them to be pretty bang on to the studio or recorded version for tutorial and teaching purposes. That said, when you're learning a solo and putting it together, don't be afraid to add your own personal touches, be it intentional or out of necessity. You've got a lick, say, that's just too fast to pick out all the notes by ear. Well, make up your own licks that feel comfortable to you and sound good and maybe close to the original. And that is being creative. Likewise, if you've got a lick or a scale run or a passage that maybe is a bit buried in the original mix and you can't for the life of you figure out what they're doing, just do your own thing. And if it sounds good to you, then like I said, it is good. Now, I'm not talking about dumbing things down, of course. Like if you've got a blisteringly fast scale run to learn and you decide just to bang on one note instead. That's kind of the opposite of creativity. I'm talking about approximation, improvisation, and putting some thought into what you're creating. And at the end of the day, the majority of people won't even notice. And the smaller percentage who do will most likely commend you on your owning of this solo in your own small little way. And the even smaller percentage who shout, "Dude, you're playing it wrong," you can just hit them with the title of this video. So what? By injecting your own personality, licks, and improvisation into what you're learning, it is training yourself to be one of the most important things a musician can be: creative. And creativity breeds further creativity. And that is a hell of a lot more important to a musician and to the people who listen to that musician than trained monkey playing. Just remember, if it sounds good, then it is good. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you're all well in your little guitar corner of the world. Drop me a subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that little notification bell that's somewhere around here. That would be awfully nice. This is your resident trained monkey here saying over and out. But I'm getting better, I think.